It's time now for a look latest in local sports. In sports, our high school football team, the Wayne County Yellow Jackets, improved to 6-2 on Friday night, 2-1 in region play with a nice 21-16 win over New Hampstead down in Pooler, Georgia. Senior running back Matthew Fuller, another nice night, ran the ball 26 times for 272 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the Jackets defense held up to the explosive passing attack of quarterback Rashawn Troll, holding New Hampstead to just 3 points at halftime and keeping out of the end zone late in the game with the game on the line. Jackets led 14-3 at halftime. Matthew Fuller ran a 74-yard touchdown early in the game. Jackets led early 7-0 with a 7:25 left to go in the quarter number one. With 11:12 to go till halftime, he ran 8 yards for a second touchdown. Jackets led 14-0. New Hampstead kicks a field goal at the end of the second quarter. And again, at halftime, it was Wayne County 14, New Hampstead 3. No one scored in the third quarter, but with 11:09 left in the game, Matthew Fuller ran in from 4 yards out. Wayne County led 21-3, but this game was far from over. Drool connects with Kamari Maxwell on a 38-yard strike with 9:35 left, cutting the Jack lead to 21-9. He would connect with Maxwell again from 8 yards out with 3:43 left to make it a 21-16 lead. New Hampstead would kick, and Wayne County would go 3 and out and punt the ball back to New Hampstead, who were in the red zone late in the game, throwing to the end zone time and time again. But fortunately, the Jackets defense stayed strong and reserved victory. With the win, it sets up the Friday showdown at JC Stadium, undefeated 8-0 BC Cadets. Number one team in the state in Quad A, defending state champions rolling into town. So make plans to come out Friday night, support the Wayne County Yellow Jackets. It'll be a huge game Friday night, 7:30 at JC Stadium, Donaldson Madry Hoss Field. More on the matchup all this week here on Local Sports. Other high school scores from the weekend: Glen Academy over Grovetown 43-3. Appling shut out Windsor Forest 61-0. BC beat Southeast Bullock 28-7. Burke over the Islands 49-14. Coffee shut out Statesboro 51-zip. Colquitt beat Camden 37-16. Metter over Savannah 49-0. Pierce wins the showdown with Toombs County 17-14. Valdosta over Richmond Hill 24-14. Vidalia over Brantley 29-7. Ware County 52. Bradwell Institute 20. So after the weekend, our region standings are as follows with 2 regular season games left. Benedictine sits on top at 3-0. Wayne County and Burke are at 2-1. Southeast Bullock New Hampstead at 1-2, and the Island sits at 0-3. College football Saturday, Georgia remains number one as they go to Vandy and get a win, 37-20. They have the weekend off before heading down to Jacksonville to take on the Gators in 2 weeks. Florida gets a road win at South Carolina. The final score 41-39. Georgia Southern loses to James Madison. That score 41-13. Other scores: Alabama 24, Arkansas 21. FSU rolls over Syracuse 41-3. Washington beats Oregon 36-33. Tennessee over Texas A&M 20-13. LSU over Auburn 48-18. Missouri over Kentucky 38-21. Notre Dame beat up on USC 48-20. North Carolina stays unbeaten. They beat Miami 41-31. Ohio State 41-7 over Purdue, and Michigan 52-7 over Indiana. So after the weekend, the AP Top 25 is out. And Georgia remains at number 1, Michigan 2, Ohio State 3. Florida State comes in at number 4. Washington moves up to number 5 after the win over Oregon. Oklahoma is at 6. Penn State 7. Texas is 8th. Oregon Ducks drop to number 9, and rounding out the top 10 is North Carolina. Again, they remain unbeaten. 11 is Alabama, 12 Oregon State, 13 Ole Miss, 14 Utah, 15 Notre Dame, 16 Duke, 17 Tennessee, 18 the Trojans of USC, 19 LSU, and in at 20 is Missouri. 21 Louisville, 22 Air Force, 23 Tulane, 24 Iowa, and 25 UCLA. NFL football Sunday, Falcons fall to Washington Commanders. The final score 24-16. Jacksonville defeats Indianapolis 37-20. Texans over the Saints 20-13. Ravens beat the Titans 24-16. Dolphins over Carolina 42-21. Cincinnati beat Seattle 17-13. Vikings beat the Bears 19-13. Cleveland beat the 49ers for their first loss of the season. The score 19-17. Raiders beat the Patriots 21-17. Detroit defeats Tampa Bay 20-6. Rams over Arizona 26-9. The Jets beat the Eagles for their first loss of the season 20-14. And last night was the Bills 14, the Giants 9. Tonight, Monday Night Football, is the Dallas Cowboys and the LA Chargers. Wayne County varsity softball team is hosting the Super Regional this Wednesday. Game 1 is at 1 p.m., and there's been a schedule change. Wayne County, since they're the host team, will play at 1 against Spalding, the 4 seed. At 3 p.m., the 2 and 3 seeds play. That's the Grange at 2 and Shaw at 3. The losers play at, the winners play at 5, and the The two losers play at 7. The two winners play at 5. Again, we'll be on hand to broadcast the game. First game Wednesday at 1 p.m. at the Barbara Strickhoff softball field. Our pregame begins at 12:50. Tickets for the game is available today on GoFan.com. Today, it's a one-day pass is $12. A two-day pass is $20. Once again, it all begins Wednesday at the Barbara Strickhoff softball field. Game time for the Jackets' first game is 1 p.m. A couple events on Saturday. Wayne County High School competition cheer team took second place at the Vidalia event. Varsity girls volleyball team saw their season come to a close Saturday morning. They lost to Burke in the first match. West Lawrence won the area event, and Islands finished runner-up. The annual J.D. Paul Memorial Golf Tournament was held over the weekend. First place was Rob Royal, Sid Royal, Chase Henson, Jake Williams. Second place, Aiden Jones, Tyler Walling, Brett Malloy, Brandon Nelson. Third place, Ryan Robertson, Zach Robinson, Dan Shalongo, and Vince Jern. The longest drive was won by Rob Royal on number 3, close to the pin on number 11, Zach Robinson, and close to the pin on number 16, Aiden Jones. Major League Divisional Finals have begun. In the American League last night, Texas beats Houston by a score of 2-0. They lead that best-of-7 series 1-0. Today, Game 2 of that series, 4:30 back in Houston. In the National League, Game 1 tonight between Philadelphia and Arizona. That game time, 8:07 in Philly. These are best-of-7 events. The winners meet in this year's World Series. That's going to do it for the latest in local sports.